Okay, so you've heard the phrase that writing is our food and drink, or if you haven't before that you just did. Writers need to eat and drink. Look at the quality of information you get from it. But we do also kind of sit on our backsides for a ridiculous number of hours. And for all the good that comes from that, I think, it's bad for us physically. I know it's bad for us. So I might resist knowing that it's bad for us physically, but we know, okay? And I also know, actually, I think, suddenly I can see it in your face, you are certain, I'm about to say, there is a solution, and it can be yours for some amount of money ending in 99 pence or cents or something. I don't know. But I cook using my iPad now, and last night, there I was, trying to follow a recipe I wasn't fully understanding when I realised that actually I always use two specific apps to help me eat and drink more healthily, and that I used to use a third. Cue putting off writing and burning the dinner a little bit while I updated that third app, and imagine you and I having a serious talk about writers who are healthy-ish. Hello, I'm William Gallagher, and this is 58 Keys, which, as ever, as always, is for writers like you and me who use and who write on Macs and iPhones and iPads. Do subscribe or support 58 Keys on Patreon, because there is always so much for us to talk about, even if this time it's something I kind of try a little bit to ignore and just keep on writing. I am actually better at this now. I want to tell you that I'm better, because I would just write through the day, not registering, not noticing lunchtime at all. And then by about, early evening, or maybe 8 o'clock, I would be suddenly so weak from hunger. I'd go down to my kitchen, go into the fridge, kind of stick my arm in, hook things and pull anything that was in there. You can see there is. As I say though, I now use my iPad to cook like a responsible adult. Let me show you how it's been for me for a year or two now, and then how after a year or two now, I suddenly thought of something that I should have remembered at the start. Each Monday, right, we here get delivered ingredients in a box from a company called Green Chef. Now, I do like Green Chef, but not particularly recommending them. There's dozens of these firms. Now, at least a lot of them. They all do this. Box, ingredients, recipes, off you pop. I do wonder how they get it through the letterbox every week. We tend to get 3 meals. So Monday to Wednesday, I will photograph, that's the first app, I suppose, the front and back of the recipe on my iPad, and then I will work from that photo in Photos on the iPad. I find it easier to have the recipe up vertically on the screen that's shining out across the kitchen. It's easier to swipe around and see which recipe is this, or read the small print of how many ingredients. Yeah. And I also thought it'd be easy to save that photograph of the recipe for the future. If I really like a meal, it's already photographed. Save it. Fine. But many years ago, I used to use an app and an online site actually called Paprika, which is a recipe manager. And it turned out I've still got it. I still had the app right there on my iPhone. I was really out of date. There'd been at least one whole new version since whenever it was I used to use it. So I used you as an excuse to update to the latest version, buy the new one, it's your fault. And here it is. Actually, specifically here it is on my iPad. You buy one version that works on the iPad and the iPhone. There is a Mac version and Windows. I think it's a separate purchase. And I don't think actually that I'm going to use Paprika on my Mac much, or maybe even at all, really. So I'll think about that later. Here's the thing though. Any recipe manager on your iPad, clearly you type in recipes. And clearly you could do that in Apple Notes or Bear or anywhere you wanted, really. Except Paprika does this. It has a built-in web browser. Take this as an example. For whatever reason, I can never remember how long to boil eggs for certain things, but I do always remember the British cook Delia Smith has a very good page about it online. So search for her and find what I want. Tap the download button. Paprika passes the web page. Pulls out the recipe details, and actually there aren't any ingredients other than egg, but if there were, it would get the whole list of ingredients, and you can check it over in this right hand column. Then save it, keep it. Now, I think that's tremendous. And I particularly like that it always shows you the origin of the recipe. It gives credit to the originator. It doesn't always fully work. Take my Green Chef thing for example. I want to keep the recipes from there that I particularly liked, fine. And I can tell you that if I use Paprika on my iPhone, it just doesn't seem to work at all. On the iPad version, it's much better, but it's to do with how Green Chef or other companies happen to form their web pages. Somehow Paprika can't correctly pass the whole thing. But then that's why you get that side panel there showing you what it's got for you automatically. And then you can correct things, you can copy and paste anything it's missed. And I can't put a figure on this, but I remember when I used to use this that I was just genuinely impressed that it seemed to always get the recipes. I mean, it can't always work. It's getting it wrong now. It's rare that it doesn't work. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm impressed with that. I'm less impressed with why did I stop using Paprika? But I'm back now and I am finding it great for these Green Chef things. At the moment, though, what I do is I pop in the latest one and I work from that in Paprika. I haven't yet gone back to old favourites to redo them, but of course, now I can. Paprika for the iPhone and the iPad costs £4.99, that's pounds or dollars, and the Mac version is £29.99 or dollars. As I say, there's also a Windows version. I think there's also an Android one. One other thing, I nearly forgot to say this, and I think I nearly forgot to say it because I only kind of realised it after using Paprika for a bit, and then I remember actually only realising this back in the day when I used to use Paprika. I kind of like stumbled on this extra feature, and I don't know why. I think that's me rather than it. When you know it's there, it's very plain, but what it is a shopping list. So you have all of those ingredients. You can look through the ingredients in the recipe and think, well, I haven't got any of that or that. I've got loads of this. Mark the ones you haven't got, and Paprika will create a groceries shopping list for you. And each of the ingredients is grouped together in the categories that you'll find them in the supermarket. Is that not just brilliant? I love that about Paprika. Presumably, actually, you could put cocktail recipes into Paprika. I've never thought of that before. I don't happen to drink. My drink du jour, if you like, is Pepsi Max, and I have a lot of tea, some coffee, not enough water. And actually, once again, I used to use an app, and I rediscovered it this week. And in fact, again, I rediscovered it because of you. So I was stood sitting there, going through Paprika, thinking, this is pretty good. I like this. This is great for food, but we need something more. We need something about drink. Distant bells rang, and I remembered and then rediscovered Waterminder. Again, it's been vastly updated. It's a bit more elaborate than when I first used it. I mean, the most recent thing apparently is that you can now export PDF records of your liquid intake for some reason. But after you set it up and you lie a bit about your age and your weight, it calculates a target daily liquid intake for you, and then it shows you this man or a woman. As you drink something, you enter the details into the app, and that's quick. It's just tapping on this plus sign and choosing the type of drink and the amount. I mean, you see there are various presets for it, but you can also create your own. So I was able to add Pepsi Max, and the app was able to say, oh, go on then if you must. Whatever you drink in the day, water, tea, anything, it all does contribute to your daily intake. I mean, water contributes the most, but everything counts at least a little. And as you go through the days, you log what you've drunk. The outline of a man or a woman starts to fill up. I can't help this. When the first thing you drink, it looks to me like they've put on socks or something. And then almost at the end, just before the finish, it looks like they're in Starfleet Medical to me. And then actually at some point you fill up the whole outline and they're all blue. They're blue, you're happy. I like Waterminder, and I am now using it again. I mean, okay, right, that's two apps I used to use and stopped. We'll see if I stick to them, but I want to. Almost as much as I want to use the last app I've got for you, even though I don't really want to admit using it. Oh, pull the Band-Aid off, William. I told you I cook Green Chef Monday to Wednesday. Well, that's very nice of me. Except I cook at the end of it's the evening meal. Of course, I cook at the end of the day. And sometimes, 12 hours typing, I'm knackered. So we use Just Eat. Other food delivery apps are available. All of them are much the same, deeply convenient, usually well done, I mean as apps. And I presume it's possible to order healthy food to them, though I can't say I've ever actually tried. Just Eat and every other such app like that are completely free. The company makes its money entirely through taking a cut from what you pay the restaurants for your food. One restaurant owner told me that it is a really steep cut too. I can't remember the percentage and I don't want to get it wrong for you, but I remember I winced, and actually I was then entirely unsurprised when he told me that consequently this restaurant, they raise their prices when you order through the app. So it is definitely cheaper as well as better to walk to the restaurant or take away. Can a takeaway be healthy? It can be healthier. Obviously, it's better still to cook for yourself, unfortunately. But now, I'll tell you what, I just need an app for my chocolate obsession. If you could point me at one of those as well, I'd be grateful. But in the meantime, that's it for this edition of 58 Keys. Thank you very much for watching. Now take care of yourself, which includes eating better, I suppose. But really, I mean, write more, and I'll see you soon.